What's up, guys? Welcome back to Peak Reacts, and it is finally official. The Portland Trail Blazers have hired a new coach, and it is going to be Chauncey Billups, Clippers assistant. They're going through contract talks right now, but he will be the final one to get the job. Obviously, we had different people go through different head coaching interviews. We had Mike D'Antoni, Becky Hammon, and Chauncey Billups as our three options, but Chauncey Billups is officially the choice. Initial thoughts, Wes?
I'm excited. I'm glad we finally have picked someone. It could have been worse. We could have gotten Jason Kidd, but he's now in Dallas with the Mavs. I know a lot of people did not want him. But today's about Chauncey Billups, the Clippers assistant. 1 year as an assistant. I worry a little bit about the experience factor, but again, he seems like he knows, as a player, he was a championship caliber player. He was a point guard. And Cody, we were talking about how Dame actually wanted Chauncey Billups. Do you think Dame and Chauncey will work out?
Yes, I think both these point guards have a lot of experience. As Wes said, a championship caliber point guard. So I hope that Dame's happy.
Yeah. Another thing I'd say is that Chauncey, I was going to say the experience factor. He is a little inexperienced in his first year, but Dame's input is so valuable to the franchise, and I think it was his first choice. And like Cody said, both were former point guards, Chauncey for the Pistons. And I think Dame wanted someone like-minded in that sense, and I hope that Chauncey will, get these boys to play a little bit of defense.
Yeah, something about Chauncey, he's a continuation of the new trend of former players being head coach, less experience, more working more for the players, less about the actual coaching. But so you got guys like Steve Kerr, Steve Nash, Tyronn Lue. Those are a couple guys that are former players, so they actually relate to the players a little better. We said in our last podcast that Dame sat in on this interview, so if you didn't already know, that was an indication that this was probably the favorite. And then 5 hours ago, he came out as officially the favorite, and then now he's signing the contract. It'll be interesting to see how long he gets. And I just don't know much about him. The Clippers obviously were a solid defense this year. I think they were top 10. They were also a really good offense. I don't know how much of that has to do with Chauncey Billups.
He was the defensive assistant coach, or was he just the associate head coach?
I couldn't tell you what's right or what's wrong.
Okay. Anywho, the Clippers defense is good for many reasons. Let's just start with the Claw, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George. But yes, Chauncey Billups, I think in his first year has shown that he can be a head coach, and I really am rooting for him. I want him to succeed. If Dame's happy, I'm happy. That's all we want. We're trying to keep Dame in a Blazer uniform. And another thing I'd say that I know some people might be a little disappointed it wasn't Mike D'Antoni or Becky Hammon, but I think Mike D'Antoni, a lot of people were going to be upset because his teams don't typically play defense. And again, Becky Hammon would have been a very good choice as well, learning under Greg Popovich, but I think Dame just had preferred Chauncey Billups just from that point guard experience.
Yeah, in the end, with a lot of the rumors that are coming out right now, obviously you just have to keep Dame healthy. Talk to me, Cody, or excuse me, happy. This team revolves around Dame, right, Cody?
Yes, Dame is the leader of this team. It's super important that he gets what he wants, because if he didn't get what he wanted, then this team would fall to shambles.
Yeah, I think that Chauncey will relate to the players well. I think when Terry was first hired, he got the players to buy in. But, after a while, you just need a change. And I think Terry ended up losing the locker room a little bit. So I think Chauncey can regalvanize this locker room, kind of come in with a fresh take, fresh approach, hopefully a new defensive scheme. Hopefully Neil O'Shea does his job and get us some more quality defensive players as well.
The one thing about Chauncey, obviously, that a lot of people are talking about, it was more prominent with Jason Kidd, is his past situations. And I just think you need to see what he does and, just react to how he does when he's with Portland.
Yeah. Well, yes, and a lot of people were upset about that, and that's fine. People are allowed to be upset at what they want, and there's no problem with that. But Chauncey, ever since that happened, has been a model player, model citizen. He's been a great person, great character, stayed out of trouble. So I think that, yes, someone can do something in the past, but I think they can, grow as a person. And I don't think we should hold anything that he did 20 years ago to him.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Obviously, it's super important, but this isn't something like he's had, like you said, a continued past, like Jason Kidd kind of did.
Jason Kidd also is just a bad coach.
Yeah. Chauncey's going to be good. a lot of people are also happy that he is an African American coach, which is always it's good to see people getting happy. So I mean, yeah. What do you want to say, Cody?
Do you think it will take time for the Blazers to adjust as a team with this head coach? Because Mike D'Antoni, he's arguably had his prime as a coach, if you can even say that, a coach having a prime. But do you think it will take a lot of time?
I don't think it will take as much time as it would with other teams, just because I think Dame is one of the best leaders in the NBA, and I think he can rally the team. I think also Chauncey Billups is well respected by Dame, and I think in turn the team will buy in. Hopefully, players like we don't know about the CJ situation. If he's there, he'll buy in. He's Dame's running mate. If he's not there, that's fine. Nurk is another guy, for example. If he's staying, we need him to buy in, and hopefully Chauncey can get Nurk under control and have him playing like he was prior to his injury.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got to back Chauncey, got to get behind him. This has great potential to be a really good coach. He meshes with the players. He's a great basketball mind, and we just hope that he, in the end, brings success to Portland and success to Damian Lillard and the players that he's going to have around him. So those are our initial thoughts. That's all we got for this one. Comment if you think he was the best choice, if you would have rather had Becky Hammond, Mike D'Antoni, or another player. And make sure to subscribe. That'll be it. Peace.